Welcome to some One Piece action. Now, we got something special for you today. We got a Nami deck and what I would like to call a more traditional deck, right? So, the brainstorming, like why take a Nami approach and why make the deck the way we made it? So, a few reasons. One, I feel like Nami is not in the best position right now. So, it's like, hey, why not? Let's see what we can do with her. And then the other thing is, anytime you're building a deck, a leader that isn't competitive or isn't really like making it well, the best thing to do is to try something completely different. Try something that people haven't really attempted. Because it's like the more you're making the same deck that's not working, the more likely you're going to get the same results that are not working. So this approach is to use the Nami cards, the kit, the East Blue kit, maybe the way Bandai intended, right? So what that means is, Robin is swinging viciously, and you can make the argument that Robin's a bit of a counter to us, but Lord have mercy, that swing is serious. Okay, so what am I trying to say? Well, I noticed that anytime people played the East Blue cards in a Nami deck, it was always in conjunction with a lot of radical cards. So they would essentially, it's like take the current Nami deck that's meta, that, it's a bunch of events constantly drawing or milling, whatever, and little to no characters, right? And then they would take that build. You remember the Impel Down build, stuff like that. They'll take those builds, and then try to use Belle Marie or try to use Zeph or whatever. Try to use the Usopp, and it's not gonna work because you have no traditional foundation. You have no traditional foundation, so of course it's not gonna work. See, now we decided to say, hey, let's like legitly take the East Blue cards and incorporate the traditional strategy in it. Let's actually make a normal Nami deck. So this is a normal Nami deck. Now, why take this particular approach? Well, it's also because milling 7 is a lot. And when you think about this game of One Piece, they're going to attack and take the opponent's life cards, right? More often than not, they're going to do 2 to 3 damage in any given game. You're going to do 2 to 3 damage to your opponent's life. So it's like, shouldn't these cards be more guaranteed? Shouldn't we get more of a guaranteed mill 7? Shouldn't that happen more often than not? Well, it kind of doesn't, because the stability in the builds are not there. Oh, look, we just got to mill 7. Yeah, the stability in the builds just aren't there, because nobody was making a traditional build. Everybody would make a hyper radical build. When I was talking to my players and when I was coming up with this strategy, with this build, I was telling them, like, think about it. How often is a deck gonna play Sanji's Pilaf? You know what I'm saying? How often is a deck going to play Sanji, a normal deck, a normal meta or competitive deck? How often is it going to play Sanji's Pilaf? Okay, we can't counter out of that? We literally got the counter power in our hands. Because you can counter that one and then take the other one. That way you can get the resource. But if you take this, you're going to lose out on the resource. Okay. Oh, I guess we're deciding. Oh my God, we just decided to take it. Okay. So, but this doesn't make sense. And then we counter out of this. I don't understand it. Was it to encourage them to swing? Did we want to make sure they was going to swing? Is that the trick? Anyway, back on track. So, that play did confuse me, but hey, let's see what happens. So yeah, there was no stability, no proper foundation. So it's like, Nami attacks characters. By the way, primarily your leader is going to attack characters because the mill one is not actually worth it. If you see a scenario where it's going to help give you game, then sure, but primarily your leader is going to be attacking characters, as you just seen. Now our characters are going to be attacking leader. People are very hyper encouraged to be countering out, so they're going to end up losing a lot of cards from hand because they're just simply afraid of you having everything you need. So they're always going to try to counter out, and then eventually they won't have enough defense and they're going to have to let you mill 7. Wow, this is very dramatic. Okay, can we please counter this? Can we not take that damage? Thank you. Anyway, where was I? Take a huge step back. So, yes, it's like when you just try to tech a East Blue character card in a very wonky... Oh, well, hyper understandable. We could mill 14 cards right now. I can't see how many cards is left in the deck, but hey, we literally had the ability to mill 14 cards right then and there. But that's it. This is a extremely interesting hand. So we got some draw, we got some mill, but all defense. Okay, where was I? Okay, let me finish that first off. Forgive me, everybody. Please forgive me. So yeah, we have no foundation. So if you splash a character card in those old builds, yeah, you're more likely just not gonna hit anything. You know, they have blockers, they have counter in their hand because they don't, you know, you're not really pushing their board or anything like that. And all they got to do is focus on stopping that one swing. Like, think about it. They got to just stop that one swing, and then they just got to like swing back at your characters real hard, and you just lose them. Or primarily use board removal, because you give them no targets. You give them nothing to target until you play those East Blue cards. So, I mean, everybody's going to hyper focus your Zeph or Belle Marie or whatever you play. So teching those cards were virtually useless in those type of Nami decks. They were virtually useless. Now, oh my God, we're actually swinging. Okay, he chose to counter out, but respectfully, he should have took that. That way he can actually, well, he probably has no clue what we're actually playing, to be honest. Yeah, it's kind of nuts, right? To play a normal version of a Nami deck, and that is the unique, that's considered unique. That's kind of nuts, right? I really don't even think people played a normal East Blue deck when this leader first came out. Everybody was hyper focused on getting as much cards out of the deck, so therefore the deck just always played cards that most likely shouldn't have been in the deck if you're going with a traditional build. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And it's funny because Bandai is purposely trying to make cards that won't work for the current Nami playstyle. So it makes me think to myself, if this was to actually start doing something, if people wanted to do this, and I really think the community can take it. Like, look at the deck list. We showed the deck list early, because it's a combination of two things. One, this is a tricky system, and then two, there's a lot of decks we're trying to catch up on. So feel free to I really feel like the community could do way better than what we did, right? I feel like they could do it much faster, because like I said, this is going more traditional, so have at it, please, I'm low-key excited to see what can happen. But anyway, I feel like if they was to see Nami being played the way they intended it, Nami would probably get support in an EVO. They'll probably actually get like legit Nami support because it's being played the way the company wants it to be played. Outside of this like hyper gimmick, no characters on board, no attacking, just event. Now, what other concepts here? Oh yeah, don't ever be afraid to like mill 7 and all that stuff. I think another factor, you're gonna mill, right? It kind of sounds off, but I feel like some people, if they was to see this, they'll get scared of the milling 7. Ooh, I actually like that, Big Mom. Play multiple 6 drops. It's a problem. Anyway, you mill so many in one shot, you might miss cards that you feel like you're gonna need. And this is the mentality. I'm like, my mentality when making this is, well, when you play One Piece, you're never really seeing half your deck anyway. There's a huge portion of cards you're just never gonna see when you play the game. So when you're milling 7, I feel like, just imagine that those are the cards you would have never saw anyway. So that's how you can cope. That's how you can cope. Just in case if you feel uncomfortable milling like 14 cards in one turn, which is possible. I have to believe y'all saw that not too long ago. Milling 14 cards in one turn, just be like, well, there's a good chance those are 14 cards in theory I would have never saw. But yeah, so we are fighting this Katakuri, and I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty powerful going up against Nico Robin, because respectfully, Nico Robin is almost like a counter. We truly, we can save that. We truly want to gain life cards. There's still triggers that can benefit us, but just getting the resources in our hand in general to helping us deal with the opponent's board is exactly what we would want to do. Swinging for 6. Do they counter out? Yes, they're choosing to counter out. Makes lovely sense. And look at that. Now they're down to 3 cards. See, this is where my imagination took me. Oh, snap. We gave them back the 6 mom. That's the 6 mom. Sounds like a Drake reference. Okay, we're chucking. We decided to, we got one in our hand. And okay, cool. And we got a slave arrow anyway. So if we really wanted to, if they put a 5-drop on the board, we can always bounce it and then slave arrow, I can't remember her name, back into our hand. But yes, this is the exact concept here. They're always going to try to counter out when you swing with these mill 7 characters. Yep, they play the big mom again. Tough decisions here. Might have to, if you trash 2 cards, I can see Mr. 1 going. Oh, we're getting rid of, okay then. Well, okay, we keep Mr. 1 because we can get back our defense. Okay, Dewey, makes sense. But we're down to 2 life. It is scary. Yeah, see, if that big mom being played very often is going to be a little scary. Okay, we do got a blocker. We could make a block play here. Oh, we lost the Belle Marie. But yes, we get to attack with our Belle Marie again. And guess what? They either have to counter out. We only got 3 cards in hand. Eventually, one of these things are going to land. They can't really stop this, right? And that's the fun part about it. You're going to get your mill 7. Or we're going to Don stack. Are we going to Red Rock? Okay, we might save Red Rock. We might save Red Rock. So that way we can avoid a 10-drop. Okay, we mill 7. I think that's our first mill. But yeah, they're gonna have to keep. Oh, okay, we're gonna bottom deck. Okay, cool. Got the threat out the way. I don't know if there's another Red Rock in our trash, but at this point, we could probably afford to be aggressive and speed things up on our end. Ooh, there you go. There's a 5-drop. We got rid of our damn. That would have been a great card to use to bounce the 5-drop back, because it's the easiest slave arrow target. But hey, what are you gonna do? Half their Dawn is taken up, so there you go. They're going for a big boy swing. Oh, we can bounce back our blocker and then play it again next turn and draw. Okay, we're choosing to block. I mean, we probably could have just, we probably could have bounced back our blocker and then just played our blocker again. Because we would draw, and then we can get the slave arrow back. Well, they're most likely going to block this. Can't see them not blocking. They let us mill. Okay, we got about what? I think we saw about 15 cards. We load up on blockers, and we got a Zeph. So if we play Zeph, we can just Mill some more cards. Yeah, we can mill 2 more just for the on play, and then we can try to get another 7. Now we got 2 life, 2 defensive options in our hand. We got blockers on deck. I can't, and I think I saw the deck say 15 cards, so yeah, I really can't see, unless they do some lovely shenanigans, they're probably going to lose this. They have to get our Belle Marie off the board real bad. Yeah, real bad. They have to get the Belle Marie off the board. They are thinking. Rightfully so. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Can I say chat just for the fun of it? You see what I'm saying, chat? You see what I'm saying? It's like that Belle Marie let us mill so many. Oh my God, again. Okay, the cards in our hand is a little too important. The only thing I could think of if you really want to check the cards in your hand is going to be Zeph and Mr. 1. Okay, we're choosing. Okay, it was just a Mr. 1. That's kind of fine when you think about it. And they're attacking. So, are we using... Well, we can block and then slave rattle the leader swing. Okay, we're just going to slave rattle this. And we're going to get back... What the heck? We're going to get... Okay, you want to use the blocker? Okay, okay, wow. So we put back our... What do you call this guy? Oh, we got another Sogu King. Put back our Sogu King. And man, this sucks. This is kind of lame. He attacked. That was a good play. Attacking with your blocker. You see the game state. You put some pressure on us. So now what are we gonna do here? Sogu King can give us board control. Also allow us to draw 2 and trap. Okay, is this gonna go through, or are you gonna chuck 2 cards? If you got 2 cards to chuck, you should chuck the 2 cards. You messed up by attacking with your blocker. Down to 5 cards. Oh my God. Down to 5 cards. We got 1 blocker on the board. We got 1 life. Hey, play, bounce. But dag, if you bounce back the Big Mom, which is the stronger target, they get to play their effect. And that can put us in a bad position. But that also eats up a lot of their Dawn. Yeah, if you bounce back Katakuri, yeah, we're so late in the game. Okay, we 5-3, so we probably got game. We probably got game at this point. We probably got game. Oh my God, this is nuts. Yes, they have to play the blocker again. That eats up half their Dawn, and then they have to split Dawn. We got 1 blocker, 1 life, and we got counter power. Slave Arrow can technically bounce back our Sogu King. We drew to 5, so we had 3, draw 1, Sogu King for game. Unless they got some miracle, they can't win. We got 1 blocker, 1 life. Yeah. 1K counter out of that, no big deal. And then that's an 8 swing. Oh, I see. No, we got a blocker. Okay. Bounce back to Sogu King. And then trash. Now he probably feels comfortable. He's like, oh, great. He got rid of the card that would have won him the game. Then we block, because why not? Oh, we got to rush Usopp. That's hilarious. No, that's too many cards in hand. I wouldn't even play that game. What are we doing? No, just... There should be 2 cards left in the deck, unless my math is off. Can we just play Sogu King and then win? Look at the... Okay. Is it not just 2 cards left in the deck? Am I wrong? Is my mat... Oh, we only put in 3. My heart. Dag, look at all those cards they lost. Yep, there it goes. GG. What was that? Why couldn't we just play the Soul King in the first place? Woo, look at all that defense they had. That's crazy. Wow, that was a battle. That was a bit of a battle. And Sogu King, low key, that board control, like, we can bounce your blockers, and who'd have thought bouncing back a 6-drop Big Mom would be effective? But the fact that they have to constantly counter out of the mill 7 swings, they divided, like, no matter, oh my god, no matter what, we're gonna get through. That Sogu King had some value. This is a good meta for bounce cards. You know, compared to the past, you know, this is a much better meta for bounce cards. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of happy with that performance. What? Okay, we mill 1 to lose a slave arrow. Is what it is. Oh, he probably was baiting them into attacking with Kaya. Is that why we even did that? But they didn't care. They don't care. They're okay with us potentially returning Kaya to our hand. Well, we have a Zeph play. So in other words, we can play Zeph. That's funny. Oh, they don't... Oh, you gotta be careful. Oh, wait. What the heck? We bounce back their card. Now I'm confused. You know what it is? Maybe we're really trying to encourage them to attack our Kaya. I think that's what's happening here. That's nuts. Get that value. Woo! Get that value. And we got another one in our hand. And then we're doing an intense big boy swing. Look at all those cards in their hand, though. That's hyper nuts. Because now it does it not make sense to just take the life? But of course, you don't want us to mill 7, so you're gonna counter out, and then you keep resting Kaya, but you're not trying to take Kaya off the board. So I'm also confused at that. This is fun because you can play Cavendish again, do whatever you want to do, and if we slave arrow, we get back our bounce card and bounce Cavendish back. This is nuts. And then Supernovas is arguably like 5-drop is their core. Yeah, you can let that go. I think that's what we've been waiting for this whole time. That's hilarious. Do a little bounce back. Do a little rush Usopp. That would catch them off guard, to be honest. Is that what we're about? Yeah, that's what we're about to do. And we're swinging for 7. You want to lose 2 cards? See, we're not attacking with leader. At least we shouldn't attack with leader anymore. Look at it. Look at this. Look at this strategy. Yes, you're going to lose a bunch of cards from your hand. Yes, you're going to lose a bunch of cards from your hand because you don't want to milling 7. But look at our board state compared to what a board state, a normal Nami board state would look like. Okay, we Kaya out of that. And then he has to make the decision what you want to don up, Hody Jones. But then, of course, you also want to leave the 2. Yeah, that's a powerful attack. Going for Zeph. Well, yeah, we still got Usopp, so it doesn't really matter. And then we got 2 targets for our slave arrow, so we got our defense. Yep, I approve of this message. I will do the same thing. Let's just get that off the board now. And since we can't play our second Usopp, might as well don this up like crazy. Swing for 8. They stop a leader swing, but we get our mill 7. Yay! I'm glad we're not attacking life with leader anymore. And they probably don't... they probably don't quite realize that, I want to say. So, we're getting to... Oh, you could just play the slave arrow. Unless they're going to play... It's either Shanks or another Rush Hody Jones, but that would be devastating. But it will help them when you think about it. It will help them because they'll draw that life, and then we can't trigger the mill 7. We got 22 cards left. Well, we got 4 life cards though, so we got a lot of life cards. Okay, things that I really wish we didn't swing with leader the times we swung with leader. Okay, let's get back our slave arrow. Well, my bad. You know what? I forgot to say that I should have said at the beginning of this video. Even playing the Nami deck in this fashion, because my bad, I tunnel vision on the mill mechanic. Playing the Nami deck in this fashion still, it opens up the door to win in the traditional fashion. So in other words, you see, we can actually win. I'm surprised we ain't bounced Usopp back. We can actually win by just going for game the traditional way. They got 1 life left. It'll be nuts if we can get like another Usopp or something. But at this point, all we got to do is just be aggressive. Oh, they got a blocker. Good stuff. So yeah, all we got to do is just be aggressive. Probably just do leader swing into that, right? But then if they're smart, they'll just do the free block and then they can use... Oh, they just quit. Well, I guess they got frustrated. Hope y'all like the deck. G.